Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Scrapbook Sage. I have a couple fun things I want to share with you. As you guys know, it is March and that is Calvinball month. So I love playing Calvinball. It is a scrapbookers challenge done by Scrap Happy with Alice Ball. And so go ahead and go to either Facebook or scraphappy.org. Check out Calvinball2021. Last year, if you type in Calvinball2020 on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see a lot of images that people have worked on. Although Scrap Happy primarily focuses on scrapbookers, the challenge is open to anybody who crafts. She has allocated different things, different points for whatever crafts you do, and there's different rules and stuff there. And when I say rules, it means there's you get points for every element for many of the elements that you use on your pages. So on March 1st, green and stars were sort of the themes that I was working with when I created this journal. So yeah, greens and stars were my inspiration for this journal. I knew I was wanting to make a Hawaiian journal. I've had a book that had a lot of green pages in it, so I decided to use that when I made this journal. So that is how Calvinball inspired me. I hope to make 100 journals this year, and so I'm hoping Calvinball will give me just sort of a little bit of framework to use the elements that I have in my craft room to make the journals just even that more special in different ways. So one of the other goals I have to do is to make a journal for every state. I've made an Oregon and a Colorado journal, and I have digital kits that represent those. And also I hope to make digital kits for all of them. I have not made a Hawaiian one. I will, but I haven't made one yet. But I had the book and this seemed to work for the inspiration, so I thought I'd go for it. So I'll show you this journal. It will be in my shop. And I will show you the other journals that I will be putting in my shop either today or tomorrow as well. So I made this using this beautiful upholstery fabric. I had it and I just thought it was stunning. I thought it'd go good with the Hawaiian theme. This is an image from Lindsay Zenora. You can check out check her out at Nevermore Creation 17. And I can't remember where I got these journal plates. There's several of them. I think they were a freebie. They could have been with Lindsay, but I'm thinking they were a freebie somewhere. So anyways, I received this beautiful fabric from Amore Fabriques. Selena does a great job with that. I'm sorry, my phone there's a little buzzing going there. So what I had done to prepare for making this journal is I did have some ephemera elements already done, but I knew I'd load them up. But my goal for this journal was pretty much to get green and stars on every page. And so that's how I counted my points. So I look at the journal cover and pretty much I just had green. So I got a point for doing the front cover because it's 8.5 by 11. And then, so I sewed around the edges and I layered things up. And then I got a point for the inside covers. So on the inside cover is just green and just green. So I don't have any stars on that. So I've got 1 point for making it and 1 point for green each. So that is what I got there. So how I count my pages though is I actually do, this is 1 page, and then I go and I count this is 1 page. So I've got 1 point for the outside cover here, 2 points because it's green, 1 point for the spread, 2 points it's green. So I've got 4 points so far. And then I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because it's a spread, 11, 12 and a spread, 13 for the green, 14, 15, 16. And I might not count that as, I did that wrong. So this is a spread here. And you know, in junk journals, we count this as a page. So I might, since this is smaller, I might not count it so much. And a lot of what I'm doing is counting like every 4 pages. But I just sort of wanted to show you what the process is. So if you do a layout that takes a lot more work, go ahead and count the full point. If you don't do a whole lot of work on it, then, you know, you can, a point is about worth an hour. So you can go ahead and decide how that works for you. But I wanted to go ahead and flip through and just show you how this works. And you can go ahead and record the points and do all the points and be a part of the leaderboard and see how far you can get. Last year I was second in the leaderboard. And but this year, since I'm focusing on trying to be more productive, I'm not quite sure I'm going to count my points. I'm tempted to, because I know that motivates me a little bit. But I think I will keep track of what I feel I do. And if I beat my number from last year, I might post it. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So just because it takes a lot of time and energy to do that. And I really want to have more journals available for you guys and products for you guys in the shop. So this was a really fun journal. I might need to do some stamping on a couple of those pages. And I might go back and do that. But this was a beautiful journal that was really fun to do. So I did that on March 1st. And when I have it done, it will be in the shop in the next day or so. And then I wanted to make a journal for me doing Calvinball. So I made the cover on the 1st as well. So I did the Calvinball and just used my extra scraps. It is going to be a really scrappy journal. I took a 2 Pop-Tart boxes and sewed them together with the green fabric here. And I knew it was going to be scrappy. So I put the star and I put the ball here. I've got the green, the star, and the ball here. So that was for the first day. And I thought that was good. So I got 1 point for the front and back. And actually be a half point because it's a mini book. So there's some rules there. But anyways, I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then yesterday, I did this page for day 1, and I used stars, green, and balls. So I stamped a little ball there. I've got a star there. And then day 2, I did this yesterday as well. I used some of the scraps from the day before, put a star. Airplane was a new thing that was added to the list, so I did that. I had been working on a project with these roses, so I added that. I don't get a point for it, but I just want this little book to represent some of the things that I worked on. So I think that is working out well. And then I also did this little page with the tiger. I cut that out and glued that on there yesterday. And so today I did day 3. So I cut down a paper bag because I know I'm going to use that for layering, and I'm going to be making some master boards. So I wanted to get that together. And then I was just taking some of the scraps and putting those in here. Again, there's a ball. I'm working on a balloon journal. I put in some washi tape and did a stamp that says vintage transportation and a travel suitcase. And this is a little pocket. I made some digital paper pages last night with the airplane motif, and that was a lot of fun. So I just folded this in half to make a little pocket, and there's an airplane there, but I think I covered it up, or maybe it's just the stars and the enamel dots, and I stamped the airplane there, and I've got a map washi tape there. So it's just a fun way to use the things that you have. Let me show this a little bit closer. And then I cut out all these really great old airplane pictures. And coloring is a point that you get for today. I don't know if I have that on here. So I took my alcohol markers and colored in this black and white page. I'll show you. So it was similar to this, and just coloring it made that much difference. So it was really a lot of fun. You could see the guy, he's on like a kite with like 4 wheels and when they were learning to fly. So I thought that was cool. And I've got a little blimp here. Banners and reoccurring things. Enamel dots are still on the list. Stars are still on the list. So it was sort of a fun way to bring the modern in with some of the vintage stuff. And so that's what I've done for today. So I'll be adding little pieces with my scraps and things that inspire me for the day to my Calvin Ball journal. So that's been a lot of fun. And then on the first day, I made some elements. I just folded up some envelopes in half to make pockets out of them so I can stick, we can stick our tags and stuff in there. So I just had made those on the first day. And then she added, so I did the green and the star. And then she added the airplanes the next day. And I thought, so I had 4 of them that were done on maps, and I used some other papers for other ones. So I had some of my cutouts from my Cricut of the airplane. This is one way that I was prepped, is I have organized all my die cuts and little ephemera pieces by alphabetically. So I knew I went to my travel little envelope and grabbed out all my travel stuff and put that in there. And I thought, what will go with that? An Oregon State will go, stars will go, the clouds work for this theme. So that's sort of how I have prepared for this. So I just grabbed 3 little envelopes, put things in, and I'm good to go. I saw I had some vintage travel ephemera that I could add to it, and that came together really well. So it was just fun doing that, layering up those collages. My circle cutter broke my little punch, so I need to cut out the little holes there, and I'll get to that. But essentially, that was also on day 1, and it was a lot of fun. So yesterday, I was motivated by the airplanes. I know I've been wanting to do an airplane journal. I bought a used book for that specifically. And so yesterday I pulled the book down and worked on repurposing it. And I had actually 2 books. I had a storybook with kids' stories and they had a couple airplane stories with great images. And I also had this other book that had tons of airplane photos. So I tore that down yesterday and I put together, so here's the book, and I got a couple pieces of paper for my signatures. I'll get some more signatures and stuff together. So I thought maps would go good with that. Some of my green graphic paper would go good with it. This morning I went through my scrapbook paper and pulled out images that I thought will also go well. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to make 1 or 2 books. I'm thinking I want to do 1 a vintage book and 1 a more modern one, and I have the supplies to do that. So that seems like that will be exciting. So that's what I did yesterday. And so here are the other images that I have from the book that I'll be adding to the airplane book, and these little book images. So if you go to your local thrift store, you might find some really cute books. These were at an estate sale that I was able to do. Now, the other thing for Calvin Ball is you can finish other projects. So this is one of the journals that I had completed last month. Well, I won't say completed because it's not completed yet, because I wanted to add some of the balloon elements from this book. And I also wanted to go through and do some stamping, and do some ruffles, some of those other things that I haven't quite finished yet. I've added most of the ephemera but I haven't gone through and done the stenciling and stuff like that. So I will get to that eventually, but that's another project that I'm working on. I don't know when I will do it. But here are some of the pieces that I want to add. So I'm keeping some of the scraps. I went to Lindsay Zenner's. I used her kit. She has a balloon kit to make this. And I've started to make some tags out of some of the extra pieces that I didn't use in the book. And I need to do some flip outs and stuff like that. So I may add one or two of these to the book too. I had worked on some of these wallpaper pouches. I've got a couple of these in the shop. I wanted to show them to you too. If you have wallpaper or old book pages, they're really fun to make and they will add a really good element to your books. So those are some things that I'm working on. That's my goal, to work on that today. And yesterday, what I did is I just pulled together some images from the Graphics Fairy. And I have some other images that I wanted to use that I'll probably add to the book too. I will probably have an airplane digital kit sometime down the road. I don't know that these will be included in it to this specific degree. I made it for the book, the journals that I was going to make. I did not make it for my retail digital book. But if you have access to some cool sky pictures and some digital stamps and stuff, you could probably make some really fun pages yourself if you're a digital scrapbooker. And I know there's some people in who are doing Calvinball who are digital scrapbookers. So I wanted to show that as an option as well. So look how cute this might be, you know, on the back side of this page. And if I do some stamping or some stenciling, how cute that will be. So anyways, I'm looking forward to completing that. As you can see, I have gotten very motivated by Calvinball. Today, this is the box of that I tore down. I'm just keeping my scraps in here and things that I might use for Calvinball, and I'll grab it as I go, as I'm using them. And that is what I've done for Calvinball so far. So go check out Scrap Happy. Go sign up for Calvinball. Join us in the fun. Keep track of your points if you want. Don't keep track of your points. The goal is to have a lot of fun, to use the tools that you have in your craft room, to create things that you love and that you're having fun with. I know I do not use my stamps or stencils or inks as much as I'd like to. I have moved much more to using, instead of scrapbook paper, I don't use as much of my scrapbook paper because I use more book pages and stuff like that. But I hope to use some more of my scrapbook paper for some different projects as well. So I hope this motivated you. And I hope you join us for the rest of the month. I will do some other video shares. Hit the like and subscribe button. And we'll see you the next time I get something posted. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.